Alright, so this is what we got at the thrift store today. A 24-inch Dell monitor with the newer kind of ones with the display port connection. That's why I bought it. So it has the display port, and it has the DVI and RGB, and then some Ethernet crap. I don't even know what this is. Like it powers something. And this whole thing can come off. It's always kind of scratched off because it's like these are like being like abused by office people. You know, they donate it. There's like a piece of plastic stuck in here. But I tested it, it works. So you can rotate it. You know, it goes up and down. I really like the Dells. I think they're like close to the quality of like Apple stuff. They like really go the extra mile. There's some dings. It's probably from being donated. And I found a display port cord. These are kind of hard to find. So $249, and these supposedly I think these are going to outplace HDMI because they've been around for a long time, but they're capable of a lot more. I don't think they transmit audio, but honestly, I don't think you should be transmitting audio through an HDMI cable anyway. But these are capable, I think, like of 8K or something instead of whatever HDMI cables are limited to. I think HDMI cables might be limited to 4K. So these have been around for a while, but they just never took hold. And they've been popular on computer monitors. And one of the motherboards I bought recently has one on the board, but no HDMI. So I'm like, I like to not run video cards. I don't play video games. So I found this, and it's a monster. I don't know where it came from. It's got a bank and a charge port. Somebody used it for a while. They probably determined they didn't like it. It has some batteries that are grouped together. I like a flashlight that's a little bit larger like this. This, to me, kind of looks like what came from Big Five. Yeah, Big Five. I can't read the name underneath it. I'll leave the label on it for a while in case I got to take it back, but no idea what brand it is. So then I just needed another one of these damn cables. Some of these are really skimpy as far as like how thick they are. If you look at this cable, you see how thick it is. But if you're plugging in a bunch of stuff and they're all the same gauge, but the outside of it's that thick, they become kind of a pain in the butt to move around, and sometimes they don't bend like you would want. This one here is a 16 gauge wire. And so this is, I'm pretty sure, going to be 18. Made in China. Power cable. Let me see. I buy these when I go to Goodwill because they're $1.49. Occasionally somebody will price them something different. But I'm not seeing the thing. Sometimes they mark them in millimeters square. Alright, so this one. And it's written in millimeters square. 3 by 0.75 millimeters square. I'm going to say it's probably 18 millimeter or 18 gauge. Power cable, PVC. Yeah, whatever 0.75 mm squared. Anyway, I buy these all the time when I need to buy something, because if you buy $20, you get 20% off. But this one looks crappy. And these are a little more flexible to mount things. The things you don't draw more than, like, I don't know, probably 5 or 10 amps through the cord. I think you're fine. You'll find ones that are thicker because they're designed, the wires are bigger because they're designed to handle more current. And they're usually rated on the end. And you usually find something that says, like this one here says 13 amps at 125 volts. This one says 10 amps. So there are differences between these. But these are nice when you're like, you got a whole bunch of stuff hooked up and, you know, like more flexible. I bought a soldering iron. It came with one that was the same gauge as some of the smaller ones, but just this huge cord. And it was basically like a cord like this, but with, instead of 16 gauge wire, it was 18. I was like, why did they put such small wire in such a large cord? And it'd make it really hard to put the soldering station where you wanted it, because the soldering station wasn't real heavy and the cord was stiff, and it would make the soldering station move. So anyway, so this does work, and it appears to be a zooming flashlight. Look at that. Twist to zoom. I don't know how far it zooms. Not real far, but it's also got a huge element on it. I honestly think it's probably not any brighter than any of the other lights that I have, but it does have a pretty large throw, and because it uses a lens, it's really clean on the edges. I personally prefer zooming flashlights. I don't like fixed flashlights. So anyway, it has, it's smart enough to not have to do that. So it dims 2, 3, you get 4. And long pressing doesn't seem to do anything. There's an indicator light here on it. Somebody probably just donated it because it's huge, and it's probably not really all that bright for how big it is. But we'll test it out tonight. This is more how I think a flashlight should be. Doubles as a weapon. I mean, it's big. It's larger than, you know. It's got two 26 650s in it that appear to be shrink wrapped. And here's one of the larger lights that I have, and you see how big it is. It's quite big. This light here, you see what I'm saying? Super bright. And goes down to a pin. That's what I like. But, you know, you can't win them all. So, I've got the batteries for these, but it uses a funny little pack. I'm assuming that this is just two 26 650s. It says 26 650 on it. But there might be a protection circuit in it. So I don't know. So we can do later on, I'll do another video on it. There seems to be something at the end here, maybe. So if that's the case, then you're kind of stuck using those. Or if they go bad, you have to take them apart. Yeah, it's a Fiet Fiet electric, and those are sold locally. It's not on Amazon. So it's actually sold at no local Big Five. But it's interesting that they advertise that it's a 26,650 and 3.7 volts, which doesn't make sense because there's two of them in here, and it would not be 3.7 volts. I'll have to measure it with a meter. We'll check it out. Anyway, that's what I found today, guys.